Hello guys, my name is Jexel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create your very own Killing Floor 2 map. This is going to be a multi-part series, and we're going to start out with basic stuff obviously, and as we get more involved in things, we'll get into more complicated aspects of map making, but for now, we're just going to stick with simple things. So the first thing you want to do is obviously own Killing Floor 2. I'm pretty sure you can't do this if you pirate it, so I don't know though, but anyway, you want to own Killing Floor 2, and you want to go to your Steam library and go to Tools, and then you want to download the SDK. I don't really remember how long this took to install, but it shouldn't have been too bad. But anyway, once you download the SDK, you just want to open it up, and the first couple of times you open it should go away after a while. If it doesn't, then whatever happens to me frequently is it will say there's an error, but basically all it means is that you just have to fully load all the assets yourself in the map editor, and that it doesn't do it automatically. So it's not a huge deal, but it's just something to keep in mind when making your map. But yeah, just wait for this to load. While it's loading, I'll go over a couple of things. In this episode, I'm just going to be showing you guys basics, like first of all, like I just showed you how to install the SDK, and then we're going to go over how to use it, and certain things like that. And then down the road, we're going to get on to more complicated things, like next episode. Like in this episode, I'll probably show you guys how to do like walls and flooring and stuff. And in the next episode, I'll show you guys like textures. And then we'll move on to like doors and spawns and lighting and all that stuff. So yeah, when you first start it up, you'll get that message. It just has tips or whatever. You don't really need it, especially if you're watching these tutorials in the first place. It doesn't really do much. I'm pretty sure those tips are for the actual UDK, not the Killing Floor 2 SDK, so it probably won't do much for you anyway. But the first thing you want to do when you get here is all these tabs probably won't be open like this. Don't worry about this right now. But what you want to do is you want to open all these folders like I have right here until you get to environment, and then when you get to environment, right click on it and press fully load. This way you'll have all the assets loaded in, so if you already kind of know how to use map editors and stuff like that, you can just go ahead and do your thing. But that's the first thing you want to do basically whenever you open the SDK, is just fully load all your assets to make sure that everything's there and you're not missing anything. I mean, it won't really do much to things that are already on your map, but I'll give you more stuff to work with at least. But yeah, that's basically all you have to do there. I have to wait for it to load before I can do anything else, so just give it a minute. By the way, when I end this series, like once I have, or even as I'm going, you guys just let me know anything you need help with. I obviously can't do everything, and there are limitations to this SDK. There's certain things that you're usually able to do in UDK 3 or whatever the Unreal Development Kit version of this is, but there's certain things you're able to do in the actual UDK that you're not able to do in the Killing Floor 2 SDK, so that's something to keep in mind. But basically, when you start it up, you probably won't have this. You'll have 4 different, trying to figure out how, yeah, when you start it up, you should have 4 different areas. I usually just use first person, but you can toggle between them here. Right click for, yeah, so you can toggle between all of them. This is what am I looking at right now? I was looking at the top, and as you can see, there's nothing here right now, but once we start to add things, it may be useful. But I usually build my maps in first person. I just find it a lot easier. I don't know how people do it any other way, but it's up to everyone's I guess perspective on things. But you'll see this box here when you first go into the SDK for the first time. This should already be here, but just in case it's not, press B. That hides and unhides the box. Basically, this is for using different volumes. As you see, there's lighting volumes, there's Z spawn volumes, and there's just a lot of different things you can do with this box. So we're gonna leave that for now. We will come back to this. So I think I'm just gonna hide that for now. But that will be useful in the lighting episode, because we do need this to have lighting appear in our map. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is, well, first of all, let's go over some more of the controls. I'm pretty sure there's keyboard controls for these things up here, but I usually just click on them. That's just the way, that's my personal preference. And then to move around the SDK, you can use WASD, and you can also use the scroll wheel to scroll in and out. And right clicking just moves you around like this, and then left clicking you can basically go anywhere. But I usually just use the scroll wheel and the right mouse button. But those are, oh yeah, to toggle between these, it's space, I guess. I didn't even know that, but the space bar toggles between all these controls. I'll go over what each one does. This one right here, this is just moving objects. Like if I unhide the box right here, you'll see that I'm able to move it like that. The next one rotates it, as you can see. And then there's two different scaling ones. I prefer using the what's it called? Hold on. The non-uniform scaling mode, because you can scale each side however you want, instead of having it just automatically scale everything. I just find that a lot more convenient, especially when you're working on a map. There's certain times when you want things to be exact, and you just can't really get exactness with this. So I recommend using this one, but once again, it's all down to personal preference. So yeah, that's basically all up to you. But yeah, we're gonna hide this box for now. We don't need it. I just wanted to introduce the controls a little bit more. There's also over here, this is how you build. If you're not familiar with mapping at all, basically before you beta test maps, or before you put the maps into your actual game, you want to make sure you build all of these different things. Geometry, just make sure that everything is visible, and make sure that everything is rendered properly. Lighting, make sure that because when you add lights and remove them, there are still traces of the light sources left, and it also builds shadows in your map, so you want to make sure that you always rebuild lighting before you beta test your maps. Building paths is so that the Zeds can reach you. In a later episode, we'll go over path nodes, and basically this just builds them so that the Zeds actually can get to you without them seeing you. Splatter maps, this is just for the blood and gore in the game. It makes sure that everything, we'll go over this when we place down floors and walls and stuff. You have to make sure that things are facing a specific way, so that way when you actually kill Zeds and blood actually goes on the floor and the walls and whatever, that it's not overlapping or doesn't look like it's not supposed to belong there. And then there's build all, and that just builds all of these things instead of doing them separately. But this usually takes the longest. I recommend, if you're beta testing for a public release, that you build everything. But if you're just beta testing certain features, you can just pick whatever one really fits whatever you added to your map. And then the last one over here is just lighting quality. This doesn't matter too much until you actually release your map, but usually you want to leave this on I don't know why that came up, but usually you want to leave it on production. I don't know why the content browser keeps coming up. It's weird. Then over here, full screen, it just puts the program in full screen, so that way the taskbar doesn't show up. I'm just gonna close this for now. Over here, this is all stuff. These two things you don't really need. This is to publish your map. I haven't gotten this far yet, but I will explain this in a later episode. And then this is just to test your map. You can also test it here, but this I believe opens a new window, and this just opens another editor window, so that you can have, if you prefer not to have all of these icons here, it's just more streamlined, I guess. And then down here is just lighting detail and a whole bunch of stuff I'll get into later. I just wanted to explain the basics of like all this stuff. So yeah, all this stuff on the side, we don't have to worry about any of this right now. We will be talking about volumes and brushes in a later episode, but for now we're just gonna, everything's unlit. As you can see, if we light it, a bit of a difference, but you can't really tell until you put in lighting volumes and actual lights. But for now, we're gonna open the content browser, which you can do by clicking, where is it? I usually just scroll over it. There it is. Open the content browser, and as you can see, we have all these things here, but what we want to do is we want to scroll down. I have a lot of things open right now, so it's harder to tell exactly what I'm going to, but you want to find where I went down too far. You want to find, I think it's, hold on, no, that's not it. Modular, here we go. You want to find you want to scroll, hold on, let me make this bigger for you guys, it's easier for you guys to understand. So you can close up all these folders here. So just open all these folders, go down, and go down to modular static set, and here you'll see all these different floor pieces and wall pieces and whatever. And basically you want to come down here to single mesh, open this, and we're gonna go, oh, it's auto saving, and we want to go, now I lost my place, whoops. We want to go to floor, and we're going to start placing floors. So you can also open this, and we can just go to base, and this will just give us you know, basic floors. So I think what we're going to start out with, you can pick whatever you want for whatever map you're doing, it's all up to you, but I think I'm going to start out with a big play area. So we'll start out with this. This is a pretty good like arena size map. You probably add a couple more of these, but that's basically how you place flooring. Now we will move on to, okay, so let me explain something real quick. If you're making things more specific, like if you want like actual hallways and stuff, you're gonna want to use these. But let me just explain something real quick. So you see how here it has arrows pointing and matching up with the colors and the directions. You want to make sure that these all match up, so that way when the blood is on these things, it will actually you know, cross over well between the different floor tiles. So that's basically what all this stuff means here. Whoops. Alright, so now we are going, first of all, let's move this up a bit actually. There we go. Move it above the grid. But now we can add walls, and it's basically the same process. Instead of flooring though, we will go to walls, and we'll just go to base. As you can see, single wall, 16 by 16, so it matches up with this. So now we just need to move this back. Also, another thing to keep in mind, I completely forgot to mention this, I'll probably put an annotation because this is kind of a big thing, but down here where my mouse cursor is, you can toggle the grids so that way you can move things more precisely. I recommend at first keeping them on just to make sure that everything's lined up properly. And you can also change the size of the grid, so if something isn't fitting correctly, you can change that. You can do the same thing for the rotation and the scaling. So I just want to mention that real quick. That's something I probably should have mentioned at the beginning of the video. But as you can see, we're making a huge wall here. It's probably too big, but you get the point for now. You can add a wall. That's actually like way too big. Let's add, go 4x4. Yeah, that's good. And now I'll show you guys how to copy and paste objects. So what you can actually do instead of copy and pasting is you can hold down Alt and then drag this over, and it will automatically make a copy of it, which is pretty cool. And then you can just select both of those and drag them over using the Alt. And then we can select all of these, Alt, drag it, and then we can rotate it using the rotate tool. As you'll be able to tell, hold on. Oh, alright, so I guess these preset walls do have both sides. Usually when it comes to placing down walls, as you can see, this is backwards, so we need to fix this. So let's move this to the other side. You need to make sure that the text is facing the direction that you're going to be looking at. Usually in the editor, both sides of the, or one side of the wall is invisible. It doesn't seem to be the case with these walls for some reason, but oh, what is happening right now? Whoops. All right, but usually let me just say that one side of the wall is blank, so basically you want to make sure that the side that has the text on it is facing you. That's basically the easiest way to describe it. Now let's copy these, Alt, drag, rotate, hold on, what is going on right now? Hold on. I both selected again. I'm being a derper right now apparently, but yep, okay, we're correct now. So now rotate again, move this down like that, and then we just want to Alt, drag, Alt, drag, and rotate it. Then move it down here, move it to the side like that, and now we have walls and a floor. Now for the ceiling, this is really easy. I think there is a separate section for ceilings actually, but basically it's really easy. All you really have to do is just take the floor, take this, where's the is it even selected? Yeah, it's selected. Where's the, okay, there we go. Take the floor, do that, and then you just want to rotate it like that, and that's basically as easy as it's gonna get, and that's all you have to do. And now we have a little box map. As you can see, if we do lit, it's pitch black in here. That's where the next episode is gonna come in, but I'll end this episode by showing you guys how to do textures. Basically textures are first of all, let's just find some. So if we go, let's just go to environment, and we'll search up here, we'll search bricks. As you'll see, there'll be two different ones here. There's debris rubble bricks F and debris rubble bricks C, or MIC. Oh, diff and MIC. You can't use texture 2D on the walls. You have to use materials. As you can see, that's obviously not where we want to put the bricks, but so you can see, all you have to do is just drag and drop them. To make it easier, you can just select all of the walls using control and then clicking on them like that, and then right click and go to materials and assign from content browser, and there you go. Now we have bricks. And then we go back to the content browser and we can search floor, or actually that's probably not the best one, ground maybe. Actually hold on, wood probably be a better one. Material, there we go. And then for the ceiling, we can do actually a better idea for the ceiling. That work? Yeah, that works. So as you can see, now we have textures applied. Of course, you can apply any textures you want. This is just me showing you guys how to use these tools. But yeah, that's how you apply textures, how you place walls, and yeah, that's basically as you can see, you can't see through it, or you can see through it now. It's not two-sided. Oh, excuse me. And that's basically it for this video. It's pretty long, but I want to make sure I got the point across on how to do everything. So when you want to save, you just go over here to save as, and then you want to make sure that it has KF at the beginning. So when you do KF, you want to make sure it's capitalized too. The only thing that has to be capitalized is the K and the F. As you can see here, I messed up by making the dark descent, it had spaces. You don't want to put spaces there, but I fixed that in the actual game. But you don't want to put spaces in your title. I think you can put underscores, but just to be safe, I just leave everything like all one word, and later on you can troubleshoot it all you want. But I'm just gonna name this YouTube map and then save, and then it will save for you, and you can be on your merry way. That's basically it. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial. I'll try to upload these like every couple of days or whenever I can. So yeah guys, that's basically it for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.